Welcome everybody, and welcome to our next group channeling session with Source Oneness. And I'm joined by participants today. Hello everybody.
Hello.
All right, so without further ado, I'm going to go now into trance and bring forth Source Oneness. See you on the other side. Dear ones, do you know how powerful you are? Do you know how connected you are with every single being throughout all that is? Yet you doubt your power. And you doubt just how important you are and how vital you are to the expansion of the universe, to the expansion of your own soul's consciousness and the expansion of the whole human collective and all the collectives throughout all that is. You are an intrinsic part of the universe because the universe is you. Every strand of consciousness, every unique vibration that creates this beautiful tapestry of the universe is a reflection of you, of the one. We are one. The words that we speak here today are the words that you speak, but perhaps you've just forgotten your current state of awareness. But that is why you are here. You are here to move through the conditions of this physical reality, to propel you into remembering just who you truly are beyond the human condition, beyond the perception of a limited human being. For you are much more than dear ones. You are the stars. You are the very cosmos. You are the very fabric of all that is. It is your uniqueness that empowers you. It is your uniqueness through your unique vibration that creates this expansion effect. So understand every aspect about you, not just your characteristics, so to speak, but also all the conditions that have been presented in your reality. All of these aspects of your reality have created your uniqueness in this physical reality. Yes, you came into this physical reality with a unique vibration because you chose specific parents. So because of your choice, because of where you chose to be born through the parents you chose to be born through, the time in your perception of human time, this all created a certain matrix within you, a certain code, so to speak. And then throughout your life, you moved through certain conditions that added to this uniqueness. Some of these conditions created certain challenges in your experience, but this created and added more of your uniqueness to you. It allowed you to explore your life through certain life challenges. Soul lessons were born. Soul lessons were enacted. You expanded, yet you face more challenges and you repeat the cycle once again. This is how the humans evolve. You expand through contrast, yet you fear contrast. You fear the challenging experiences because you've been conditioned that fear is wrong, that we would say unpreferred conditions are unwanted. And that means that perhaps you are not successful. You are not doing something right. Perhaps you've done something wrong. Understand that there is a higher reason for it all. And even the most advanced beings, which you are manifested in this physical reality, have chosen to experience life through this contrast. Because you are masters, you will not be born here otherwise. But for you to realize your true potential is to raise your perspective of self, to raise your perspective of love, for yourself and all others. It is the inner journey. It is the return to remember that you are God. You are Source. Yes, we are speaking through Kimberley in this way, but we are you. There is no separation. The only difference is that we're at a dimensional state of being where we remember who we are. Some of you are starting to remember. Some of you have only just started the spiritual path, so to speak. Understand here, it is about reminding yourself of just how special you are, of just how important you are. And it starts from you. It starts from how you perceive yourself. Because how can you unconditionally love others if you cannot unconditionally love yourself? Because understand, everything in your outer reality is a reflection of the inner reality. There is no separation. You are starting to remember this for yourself. So love bravely, brave courageously, be in a state of vulnerability, and allow the full flow of the universe to guide you exactly where you are supposed to be. All the answers are there if you listen to the inner voice. All the intelligence, all the answers that you seek is already within you if you listen. If you are present. Do you listen to the inner voice, or do you doubt who you are? Do you doubt that voice? Perhaps maybe it's something that is unexpected. Maybe it's something you don't want to hear, so disregard it. Perhaps you are ignoring parts of yourself. Understand that this is all an inner journey here, a journey of self-discovery, a journey of self-union with all the aspects of you and all the dimensions of you that are in joy, but also all the dimensions of you that are in pain, that are in suffering, that you've repressed within you, within the collective. All those times that you are triggered by negative emotion. As you know, that is a dimension of you that asks for union, that asks for your love, that asks for unconditional acceptance, that asks for transmutation. It's all there within you. And we understand in these recent times, many of you have gone through challenges. Collectively, you've experienced this. But understand that these catalysts helps to evolve not only your perception of individual consciousness, but also the collective consciousness, because you are the masters here. And it is through your uniqueness, through your own unique light, through everything that has shaped your vibration. It is that vibration that will elevate you, that will empower you, that will unite the collective. So embrace all aspects of you. Stop comparing yourself with others, for you are perfect exactly how you are. All the conditions presented in your reality is perfect in every way because it's shaped your unique vibration. Every ounce of your being, even your limiting beliefs, even your fears, are perfection. Can you see? There is no wrong in the universe, only perfection. It is just a state of awareness where you perceive wrong or right, darkness and light, preferred and not preferred. It is the duality system that you are still attached to that creates these perspectives of suffering, where you feel these states of suffering. Dear ones, you do not have to suffer. It all starts with you. Do you trust yourself? Do you trust yourself as a universe? Perhaps there were certain things that happened in your life where you Don't doubt where you don't trust yourself. Perhaps certain life conditions allowed you to close your heart off, to allow yourself to be somewhat disconnected to others, so you do not feel emotions and difficult ones. Maybe people have hurt you in the past, so you've closed yourself off. But understand, dear ones, you are here to love. You are here to connect with others. It is through your heart. It is through unconditional acceptance and unconditional love, by you perceiving you as all others, where you not only elevate your consciousness, you not only raise your own vibration to remember more of who you are, your Pacific soul purpose here in physical reality, to remember more of your divine gifts, but also to raise the collective frequency of the whole human collective and all the collectives throughout all that is. It is through oneness. It is through unison. But to get to unison is through practicing acceptance for what is, moving through those waves of contrast. It's about exploring the unknown, being willing to explore those difficult emotions. Are you doing this? Are you trusting the power within you? Are you trusting your ability to process difficult emotions? Are you trusting yourself to open your heart? Because that is where the magic is. You are here to love, to be love as the embodiment of love. So we invite you to open your heart even further, to be vulnerable even more, to explore more of the unknown. And as you remind yourself that you are safe in this physical reality because you are the universe and you are supported in every single way, because all that is a reflection of you. You are never alone, my dear ones, for you are the stars. How can you be alone? How can you not be worthy when you are source, when you are the universe? The collective has shifted. Are you feeling it? Are you feeling more love within you? Are you feeling a sense of freedom, perhaps stronger than before? Are you starting to see more of the colors in your reality become brighter, more vibrant? Are you starting to feel more connection with yourself, with others? What are your experiences? The collective has shifted because you have moved through it together. It hasn't been easy, but you are here because of the challenges. But understand, it is the balance. It is about being able to face the challenges by being able to process and explore those difficult emotions. But at the same time, follow your bliss. Follow what brings you joy in the moment. Following your passions. Following what sparks you. And as you do this, you will activate more of your divine blueprint. And you'll be able to face anything that comes your way because you'll be at a vibrational stage where you'll know that you are the universe. That everything is a soul lesson for you to expand your consciousness, that all the answers that you seek to resolve any challenge is within you. When you remind yourself of who you are, that you are a master here in this reality, and that you're on the pathway to remembering this for yourself. And it is with such love that we come through today to remind you of what you already are, what you already know within. Are you embracing your uniqueness? Would you like to share here today how you are expressing your uniqueness? Do you have any questions, dear ones?
I do. This is Chris.
Thank you, one.
When you speak, everything sounds so simple and perfect and known, like I understand completely. Like I've done this before. And yet, through the human experience, I feel like, even though you say I still struggle with the how, and I understand, follow the joy, follow what sparks me, and yet I don't understand my resistance to that. I'm still struggling with allowing, and I don't know if it's part of the contrast I'm trying to experience by not feeling that freedom, or if it's fear that's keeping me from experiencing freedom, or if this is the experience until I learn the lesson I'm learning. It just, sometimes I don't know if it's ego or my inner voice. It's all, there are days where there's clarity and there's days where there's not. And I don't even know what I'm asking.
T1. There is a part of you, and this is common for many people out there, fearful of their own power. And you might ask, why would I be afraid of exploring freedom, of exploring pure joy? But understand, this emotion, this dimension heralds new explorations. It heralds exploring unknown areas, and understand that we would say you've been used to certain conditions, exploring reality in a way that is safe and secure for you. Yeah. If you are here to embody more of your power, more of the love that you are, there is a part of you where you are fearful of what that would mean to you, about changing things in your life, changing how you perceive yourself, worried about how others will perceive you, changes in your physical reality, where perhaps this fear of the unknown becomes too great. And understand that these beliefs is not just from this life. For many of you, it is, we would say, certain beliefs that have been passed down through other lives. Because for those of you here today, such as yourself, you are here because you have a great light within you, that you are here to share with the world. You have labeled this many names, such as being a light worker. It is this great light that has shaped your existence through many lives. And this great light has been constrained, shaped throughout all the lives you are living and have lived. For you are multidimensional, dear one. And understand that we would say the challenges, we would say, of light workers is that many fear their own power because of what's happened in other lives. But understand this is part of a soul lesson. It's part of we would say, an energetic pathway for you to move through it, to embrace more of who you are. So understand, you don't need to know the finer details of what has happened in those multidimensional lives that created a certain energetic imprint in this reality, because understand, before coming into each and every reality, you chose what to explore. So understand, every condition is perfect and has served a purpose. It has allowed you to be where you are today. Understand, source expands itself by observing itself through many different beings, through many different dimensions of existence. So you are expanding the universe through the challenges you are experiencing. You are this, we would say, the energy that is being, we would say, created through this expansion, through this dance, through the ebb and flow of physical reality, powers the collective consciousness. It empowers the universe. So understand that you play a very important role here. But it also starts in you believing in who you are, and that reminding yourself that you are worthy of all the power of the universe. So the question I pose to you today is, how do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as worthy? Do you truly see yourself worthy to be loved, to have love, to be powerful? And when we say powerful, it is a particular word that challenges many people, because throughout eons, the word power and the meaning behind power has been, we would say, adapted through different dimensions of experience. There has been power in terms of fear, the power over. We would say the power, which might equal control for some of you. The power for some of you has a negative connotation because of all the lives you have lived and what that meant for your expression as a light worker. But understand, in this new era of consciousness, this higher dimension of the collective, which you are now currently exploring, all those negative connotations do not exist. True power is recognition that you are the universe. It's recognition that power does not come from the ego mind. True power comes from the heart. So you see here, you have questions and curiosities around your ego mind. Understand that this journey that you are exploring at the moment is a journey from the ego mind to the heart. You and all others here in this physical reality. And it does take conscious, we would say, awareness of this process. But understand that your ego is also your friend. It is not your enemy. Perhaps, you know, your ego is a friend in this catalyst system because it is your ego that triggers you. But understand it's the triggering process that creates the catalyst that allows you to go within, that allows you to seek the answers, it allows you to process limiting beliefs, and allows you to expand your consciousness. So can't you see how the ego is a partner in your evolution? So it's about being in the present moment, bringing your awareness to the heart. This is where your true power lies. And understand, of course, there can be layers of resistance from being in the heart. And it might be difficult to fully embrace living from the heart center. Understand that you all have been conditioned to explore reality through the mind. It is the conditionings of your physical reality created certain belief systems, and that, we would say, creates a filter in your vibration. And that filter allows you to explore reality in a certain dimensional perspective. And understand, because you are also connected to the collective consciousness, you are also plugged into that wavelength, so to speak. Mm-hmm. So for you to embody more of your power is to bring it into the heart more, but it also calls on you to be more vulnerable. And it's about opening your heart to receive. When there is challenges in being able to receive love, it is because there is a part of you who does not believe that they are worthy of love. But you are, for you are the universe. And there might be some, we would say, resistance there, because there is we would say, a narrative in the collective that to love yourself comes from the ego mind, and to love yourself is perhaps comes from a point of ignorance. But understand here that truly loving yourself is not from the ego. Truly loving yourself is from the heart. It's a different type of self-love. It's coming from a higher dimensional existence. Loving yourself is being from a point of unconditional acceptance. With all the actions you've taken this reality, of all aspects of your expression, wherever you are in your journey, it's about being in unconditional acceptance of it. And practice cultivating that energy within your heart. Because once you can do that, you can radiate more love to others. When you connect more to the heart, you open more of your heart portal. You expand your energy field, which means you can, we would say, create, a direct positive change for others in more tangible ways for those in your existence, in your reality. It is there where you remember more of your oneness state, because as your energy field expands, it connects more of the higher aspects of you. It is there where you strengthen that line of connection to all your higher self expressions, to all of you in your multidimensional reality expressions. You become in alignment with who you truly are. And we know this may sound simple enough by choosing love, but we know it's not always easy. But true divine love, universal love, does not have conditions. It's complete vulnerability, being in a state of unconditional acceptance. It does not mean you have to agree with certain behaviors, but you're in acceptance despite the behaviors, because you recognize that all others are you. You recognize that every being in this reality is a reflection of you, of the one, that every being is highly advanced, just like you. Everyone is just playing a role for the evolution of all that is. And you are here today because there is a part of you that wants to remember more of who they are. You would not be here otherwise if you were not ready. Know that these words that we speak are words that you already know. So, D1, I invite you to cultivate more love within your heart, to cultivate more vulnerability, to consciously focus on your heart portal. When you do meditations, I want you to cultivate that felt experience of love within your heart. We would say one of the most easiest ways to do this is to focus on gratitude. In gratitude, you can focus on joy and excitement and feel that love radiate in your heart. Practice this. Understand that this love that you feel, this energy that we ask you to cultivate, it's what powers your evolution. And understand it's not just a spiritual energy, so to speak. It has biological effects on your body. It regulates your hormones. It helps to be coherent with the brain. All the systems in your body, not just in your physical body, but in your light bodies, reciprocates this movement of cultivating more love within you. So we ask you to remind yourself of just how worthy you are, of how loved you are. And we know there might be some resistance in doing this process, but with time, you'll start to embody this truth for yourself. And it's that moment when you truly believe that you are worthy of love, that you are love, that you love yourself. It is then when you experience true freedom. Freedom is who you truly are. Is there any other questions today, dear ones?
Yes, I'd like to ask about soul lessons. Maybe you can give an example of we hear this thing about soul lessons, and it's not always clear to me, at least, what you mean by a soul lesson. For example, I'm struggling right now because I think I'm trying to control lots of little details in my life because it makes me forget about some of the bigger things, and it's something simple to focus on, and I'm not being vulnerable enough, or I'm trying to control things that I can't control, or whatever. But I guess the general question is, when you say a soul lesson, can you give examples of what you mean?
Soul lessons are what you like to refer to as soul contracts, pre-birth intentions. Soul lessons are certain events throughout your reality experience that allows you to make a choice. We say soul test because you're at that point of vibration where you have a choice of a higher perspective. You then are at a fork in the road, so to speak, through a certain triggering event where you can choose fear or you can choose love. And we understand there is no wrong or right choice here because all is perfect. But if you choose love, if you move to that pathway where you choose unconditional acceptance, we would say that you are at a stage of, we would say, elevating your vibration where you have, we would say, resolved a certain limiting belief within you. And this in turn activates a divine blueprint, and you'll feel a sense of relief coming over you. It helps to raise your vibration, and then it actually activates more of your intuition and more of the awareness of who you are as one, as source, as the universe. It is then when you receive more clarity. So understand that these soul lessons are, we would say, organized, predetermined before coming here in this reality. And these soul lessons, these fork in the roads, so to speak, all relates to these pre-birth intentions, soul contracts. So understand that people in your life play certain roles. You might see certain themes in your reality. Perhaps you might see, for instance, a theme in someone's life where they are playing the theme of homelessness. And this theme is throughout their life, let's just say. Now, the soul lesson in here would perhaps, for this individual exploring homelessness, is to practice, let's just say, unconditional acceptance with where they are in that moment. Perhaps by them coming to a point of realization of their experience, seeing beyond their experience from a human limited perspective, might allow them to raise their frequency. And for them, they might have the inspiration, so to speak, to take certain actions to move themselves out of homelessness, or perhaps to do certain action steps to perhaps engage in connection with others. Perhaps then it would be their soul lessons, their experience through the homeless path, where they can then use those lessons, use the awareness that they gained, and then we would say use that to assist others. So understand there are many different types of examples, but whenever you choose a pre-birth intention, it is to evolve your consciousness. So some of them might be quite significant, like homelessness. Some of them might be quite, in your terminology, not so extravagant. But soul lessons within that theme is when you are triggered, is when you feel that contrast within you. It might be small or it might be large. You might then have the urge to judge the other, to judge the condition. But you have a choice, a fork in the road. You have a choice to explore one dimension or another dimension. What dimension do you choose? You can choose fear. You can choose victim mentality. You can go on that pathway of judgment, of resentment, of feeling that you are a victim, or you can choose another path, the higher dimensional expression, by choosing love, by choosing acceptance, by choosing love in action. You are multidimensional. These soul lessons gives you opportunities to explore higher dimensions of who you are. But understand, even if you choose the dimension that is fear-based, it'll still expand your consciousness, but it just may not feel very good for you. And it blocks you off from the clarity. Your clarity becomes distorted and your energy field shrinks, which means you feel less connected to who you are, less connected to your multidimensional reality, less connected to the universe. This is when pain and suffering sets in. This attachment to the victim mentality role that many are playing. But this is not wrong, D1. It's just a human experience. But you are here because you want to explore higher vibrational dimensions of who you are, one that reflects love and joy in your innate state of being. You always have a choice. That fork in the road, we would say, pops up constantly. And this is all part of your dimensional experience of what you chose to explore. If you are exploring fear dimensions, victim mentality, there were many opportunities to change direction, many forks in the road. You have that choice to choose love and choose fear. So it's about seeing this reality as a game, as a master level game. You are here to expand. This is your mission. You wanted to expand through love, but it's the amnesia of who you are which allows you to expand and to experience reality through fear dimensions. It is the energy generated, that contrast, that propels the collective evolution, not just for yourself, but for others. But understand, through contrast, you do not have to suffer. It is your perspectives to fear, which allows you to let go of the resistance to exploring challenging emotions. And also by experiencing and allowing yourself to receive love, because yes, many of you are fearful of receiving love, are resistant to your own power, because perhaps your power was constrained, maybe in this life or other lives. And you are here to move through it all, to process it all. It is the inner journey, dear one. It is the choice. It is the perspective choice in the moment where you move through these soul lessons. What do you choose? Is there any other questions today, dear ones?
I do have, I don't know how to say this correctly. I'm just thinking it through. I've had some experiences, and I'm just looking for confirmation where I've had like light language activation, and at one moment my activator, she was speaking the dialect of dragon, and my heart was on fire. I was so emotional, and it felt like I was with my friends. And there were other events this year. I just feel like is all the work I've been doing. That's just one of several examples. Is that it? Like one other example is I was doing breath work and I felt like I was connected to, and I couldn't discern if it was Mother Gaia or the human consciousness, but I felt just so much pain, and I just allowed it to grieve through my body. I cried and cried and cried, and it just let that process of healing occur. And I'm just trying to discern, am I truly ascending? Am I doing the quote unquote the work? Am I expanding in my heart, my love? I met a woman the other night, and for the first time I allowed myself to like be curious and like ready to entertain having somebody in my life. And so I just feel like I'm on the right journey, and I guess I'm looking for confirmation is, am I doing the right things? And I know I don't write the gratitudes and take time to meditate. So I wonder, like, am I off track? Am I on track? I know there's no right or wrong. I get it, but I'm still kind of asking.
D1, you
Yeah.
doubt who you
I do.
are. That's why you ask this question. But understand you exactly, perfectly where you are supposed to be. You can never go off your path, so to speak. Understand that certain activities that you might perceive to assist in your evolution, understand there is not certain actions that is more preferred over what is not preferred. Understand that embracing all aspects of your physical reality is your path.
Okay.
So it's about letting go of comparisons to others who may also be on this spiritual path. For you do not know their soul lessons. You do not know why they came here in this physical reality. You might see others along the spiritual path, and you might perceive that they are more advanced than you or far along their path compared to you. But you do not know why they came here. You do not know the role that they are to play in this physical reality. So we first like to say to let go of comparisons to your brothers and sisters, because you are unique. I understand it is about completely embracing your uniqueness, completely embracing where you are along your path. Yes, along your path, it might feel like you are paused. It might feel like you are veering off, but understand this is a necessary part of the path. And yes, even doubting who you are, doubting your progress along this path is also part of this experience.
Okay.
So allow this to be validation that you are perfectly where you are supposed to be. Understand that you are rising your vibration with every breath, with every experience. And the fact that you are here today shows that you are at a very high vibration for you to be manifested into hearing these words.
Understood.
So understand, D1. It's about letting go of that judgment of self, raising how you see yourself. It is this, we would say, this work, so to speak, of increasing self-love and self-worth and self-acceptance, not just of who you are and your conditions, but where you are in your life journey, in your soul evolution. This is your journey into your heart portal. And we would say this is a particular task, and it's very prevalent to you at the forefront, we would say. So invite you to go deeper into your heart chakra, which is your heart portal. And it requires deeper levels of self-love, of surrender, accepting you exactly how you are, wherever you are in your life journey. And we know it sounds like a simple action, but as you know, it is not. There are many certain belief systems that tells you, your ego mind carries imprints of the limited perceptions of you, of the past. And we would say limiting perspectives of how you project yourself to be in the future. we would say these limited perspectives are mirroring the dimension that you are currently experiencing. But understand that it is about you having awareness of this, being acceptance of these beliefs. Your ego is showing you the way, bringing it into the heart, being acceptance of exactly where you are.
Okay.
You are perfect exactly how you are, where you are. Everything happens in divine time, my dear one. Understand that you might perceive that you want to go to like the end of the path, so to speak. You want to reach a certain position of exploration, let's just say. And that point that you might perceive in the future is already here. It is already existing. There is nowhere you need to go, no pathway you need to reach, no level you need to reach. For all those dimensions, for all those expressions that you seek to embody already exist in the multiverse. It's about you surrendering to the power in the now moment where you manifest those higher dimensions into the now reality. All those dimensions are within you. It already exists. But it's about you being in a point of vulnerability and surrender. You see, it is part of the human condition to create control, to want to control outcomes, even to control your own spiritual journey.
Yeah.
So
right.
It's about letting go of that control and just allowing the universe to take you where you are supposed to go on this journey. Yes, you can control that, but wouldn't you prefer to have the universe show you more of who you are? This is why we say take those measuring sticks away, those comparison sticks. Because understand, with the human collective consciousness, you can only perceive yourself to be at a certain point. This is through control. So let go of those measures of success, whether it is in your spiritual journey or other areas of your reality, by recognizing that bar never existed.
Okay. That very helpful. Very helpful. Thank you.
T1, we're only reminding you of the answers that's already within you. So trust that inner voice, trust that clarity. The more you embody your heart, the more you allow yourself to cultivate love within your heart, the more you allow yourself to love yourself, to elevate your perception of self-worth and self-power, the more you'll have that clarity, because then you open the channel, so to speak. Understand that your heart portal is your gateway to explore the universe. It is the gateway for you to have that conscious connection to your multidimensional lives. You want assistance from a future self, or that assistance is there if you listen, by being in alignment. But it's also about being in the present moment. Another part of the human conditioning is to put your focus in the past and in the future, but understand it is the present moment where your true power lies, where the clarity lies, and feeling your way through physical reality and navigating your reality from the heart. Understand that this new way of exploring reality might seem a bit unusual for many, but it is the way of the heart. It is the pathway to remember that you are one. Of course, there is no wrong and there is no right. You can choose not to explore this. It's up to you. But this is what the collective is experiencing in this present. Understand that these experiences that you've had, these glimpses, so to speak, of your power, of this connection to pain and connection to love, is evidence to you that you are one, connecting to collective consciousness. You are one. You are intrinsically connected to all that is, because you share the same code. You are all source. just unique variations of the code, of the vibration. And there is a line of communication, a line of connection within you all. And these are gifts, understand, for you to have this sensitivity to the energies, to the collective, is a gift. Even if it's difficult emotions, understand that you are assisting the collective consciousness by sitting with it, by processing with it, by choosing love. It's giving evidence to you that you are greater than you think you are. So trust who you are. Is there any other questions before we finish here today?
Yeah, I have a specific question for myself. As much as I love being outside and we've had very nice weather in my area for a long time, I feel that when I go outside and sit like in the sun or something, I feel this like it's exposing something in me. It's a lot of energy, and I feel that it's easier for me to hide inside. It's like it's triggering something in me, and it brings out some fear. So I tend to go inside and hide from it instead. Can you shed some light on that?
D1. That energy and power that is emitted from the sun reminds you of your own power, and you are fearful of your own power. Yes, there has been progress on this, so to speak. And yes, you are getting used to the idea that you are more powerful than you think you are. But understand that belief remains within you. Understand that the aspects of Gaia, of all the aspects of your world, the sun is an activator. It is an energy. The warmth that you feel, that power, when you feel that within your heart, it opens your heart even further. It helps you to connect to the elements and to connect to that intrinsic power that you hold within you. So this is why for many, sun brings comfort, because it is a gentle reminder of how powerful you are, that warmth, that love, that connection that is within you. But for others, such as yourself, there is a part of you that is fearful of embodying this power within yourself. So understand that this is a common belief of not being worthy of your own power, your intrinsic, innate power. But understand, you are here to embrace more of who you are. Yes, you've had a lifetime of conditionings, not just this life, but other lifetimes, and this allowed you to have a unique vibration. So for you, D1, we invite you to sit with the rays of the sun. We ask you to open your heart to it, to feel that energy in your heart. We want you to then notice the resistance that comes up, any emotions, any thoughts, and feelings. We want you to journal about this in the moment. Process what comes up to you in that moment. Be curious. Be the observer. Allow yourself to feel that power and that reminder of who you are. Notice the resistance, and we invite you to practice acceptance of that resistance. Can you love your resistance, or do you see your resistance as wrong? Understand that you're exploring this game at a master level here. To practice loving your resistance, when you can be in a point of acceptance with your resistance, that resistance will melt away. The antidote is always love. It's always acceptance. Be curious, process that. Practice opening your heart portal, feeling the rays of the sun. How does it feel on your skin? The energy, how does it feel when it enters your heart? Practice cultivating that power and that love within you. You don't have to be afraid of your own power. Understand that the collective consciousness has that narrative of the power over, and that instigates a lot of fear within many. But you are exploring the new earth. You're exploring a higher dimension of consciousness, so that power over does not exist. So allow yourself to feel powerful and ground that feeling, that energy in your heart. Allow that love and that power to overflow within your heart. Allowing your body to be filled with this love and this power, and sit with that feeling. Allow yourself to be vulnerable to those feelings. It all stems from resistance to the immense love and power within you. It's a process of opening your heart, reminding yourself of who you are. Remember that everything in your reality reminds you of who you are. There is always a fork in the road. Everything in your reality, every aspect is assisting you to help you to remember your power and your purpose. If you're willing to be vulnerable and to feel it, understand that all the answers of all the intelligence in the universe, all the intelligence within you comes when you are vulnerable, comes when you're in the present moment, comes when you're willing to open your heart and to be and to listen. It is always there. In all elements, the sun, the wind, the earth, fire, which represents the sun, all these elements are intelligence. All the elements are intelligence that creates the universe and all that is. There are aspects of we would say, fundamental building blocks, so to speak, that helps to elevate and create and expand the presence of Gaia. And understand, because you are an extension of Gaia, all these elements are an aspect of you. Just like the ratio of water on the earth is similar to the ratio of water within your very vessel, within your very body. And just like the light in the sun that radiates, it's the same light that is within you, same fire, the passion radiating through you if you allow it. You are of the earth. You are of the stars. You are of it all. So trust that inner voice and allow yourself to feel, to cultivate that sense of power within your heart. Remind yourself, whenever you feel that sense of resistance from feeling that power within you, remind yourself that you're worthy of being powerful because you are the universe. You are source. You are limitless, unconditional love. You all are. And it is with such love that we come through today to remind you of who you are and why you are here. Understand that these words that we speak are you. All this information we shared today is information that's already within you. Are you listening? Are you paying attention? It is there. If you allow it to come to the surface of your conscious awareness, We are here just to, we would say, instigate those memories, the remembrance for yourself. Until next time, farewell.